watched my last 2 videos. I just made 4 paintings, and now I need to make the prints for them. I wish the whole process is a little bit easier, but it's actually quite involved. So I'm going to dedicate this whole weekend to it, and I'll take you through the process. So I'm in my office today, so here's my main table with all the computer stuff. I usually do editing here and the designing and drawing on this drawing tablet. So it's quite full. So usually I move over here for simple sketches or watercolors. Today I clean it up so that later once we have the prints ready, we can inspect them here under the nice daylight. To keep my office clutter-free, I hide all my electronics in this closet, and I only take them out when I need it. So let me take out the scanner first. I had this scanner actually for quite a few years, but recently I started painting larger. I wasn't actually using it, I was just taking photos. But when I paint smaller, like 9x12, where that can easily fit into the scanner, I find the scanner gives me so much better result. So for something this size, I probably have to scan like 4 times or maybe even 6 sections to stitch them together afterwards. There's a lot of editing to do, but this scanner is supposed to be a really good scanner. If that gives me a better result, I'm gonna just scan all my larger works as well. But today, let's do the 9x12. So this is one of the 4 paintings I need to do today. The size is 9x12, which is just slightly larger than the bed. So what I'm gonna do is to scan it in 2 portions. So one on this side and one on this side, and then I'm going to piece.
You're gonna piece it together?
You're gonna piece. You piece. And I'm going to piece it together afterwards. I put this extra book here so that I can press down the painting firmly on the scanner bed to make sure it's completely flat to get a really good result. So that was the first half. Now I'm going to do the second half. Now that I have the 2 files, I'm putting this in the Clip Studio Paint to put them together. Oh, this looks pretty good already. One trick I learned when I was Googling how to scan your artwork is that you put 2 layers on top of each other with some overlap, and then you set the top layer transparency to a little bit lower so it's a little bit transparent and you can see the bottom layer, and then you can zoom in and see how well they're overlapping each other. Supposedly they should be exactly the same. You don't see the double vision, but here I do. So this is how I fine-tune it. Another thing I do in Clip Studio is that I'm gonna zoom in and see if there's any lint or any dust accidentally got in when I was scanning the artwork. So here there is a little lint. So there are some convenient tools that I can use to get rid of it. All right, now I have a complete image. I'm going to move to Luminar to keep editing the photo to make it ready for our print. Well, I can edit the photo in here, but I find Luminar is much easier to use and is really powerful. I want to make sure my art prints reproduce my original painting as close as possible, so I did some research on what kind of paper I should be using. The first paper I was recommended was this Epson paper. It's called watercolor paper, but it's way too thin. Although it has the watercolor paper texture and it's matte, it doesn't give me the vibrancy I'm looking for. So I kept researching. And then I came across this Canon paper. I think it was probably recommended for a digital artist, so it definitely gives me the vibrancy, but it doesn't have the watercolor paper texture. It's too smooth and too shiny. Also, it's way too thin as well. I was just not happy with those two paper. And then I realized Arch actually make printer paper. Arch is my favorite watercolor brand. I've been using it all the time, so I had to try it. I got a sample pack, and I really love the result. There are 4 kinds of paper in here with slightly different texture and brightness, and these two are my favorite. Alright, so this is the first draft. Sometimes I need to print out the first draft and compare it to my originals. If it doesn't look exactly the same, I'll have to keep making revisions. It could take a few rounds. I don't use these two paper, but I just print them out to show you guys. The color is somehow off on this Epson paper. I don't know why, it's more purple, and all the detail is lost. This Canon paper has the right color and the vibrancy, but it also doesn't have the details. Somehow it looks fuzzy. And of course, it doesn't have the watercolor texture. It doesn't resemble the original artwork. And now my favorite paper. This one is so amazing. I can't believe the paper can make such a big difference. It just takes the ink so well. It reproduces all the little details and didn't get soaked up by the paper like what the Epson did. Although there are texture on the paper, like the rough watercolor paper, the line stays really sharp and all the little details are there. And of course, it's so thick and it looks like a real watercolor painting. Original paintings are expensive, there's only one of them. I always believe art should be more accessible, and prints are such a good way to make this happen. For the finished ones, I'll store them individually in clear bags, so they're always pristine and away from dust. By the way, I have a goal this year, or maybe next. I really wanted to go to a Comic-Con to sell some prints. I always fancy having a small booth and I can talk to people and share my artwork. And now that I have something I'm proud of, I can't wait to show them in person. By the time this video is uploaded, they should be available in my website. So if you want to grab one, the link is in the description. So recently I've been making videos sharing my inspirations and my thought process behind a painting. The videos are more concise and more edited. But this one is a little bit different. It's more like a vlog and for me to chat to you guys and take you through my day. I'm still trying to experiment to see which type works better for you guys and for myself. So if you'd like to see more of this type of video, let me know in the comment below. This one painting ended up taking the whole day and the sun is already going down. So tonight I'm just gonna finish scanning the 3 paintings that I have left. And tomorrow I'm gonna keep editing and make the art prints ready for the shop. So I'll see you guys in the next video.